Nice view here. Very nice view. Anyway, welcome back to my Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition Let's Play. Let's get right to it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is how you get experience. This screen. Mission summary. Shepard escaped attack on the facility, along with operatives Taylor and Lawson. Facility destroyed by remote detonation. Salvage teams will ensure no incriminating data survived. Per Miranda's recommendation, I'm running security sweeps on other cells to ensure that Wilson was our only mole. Regardless of the cost, Project Lazarus was a success. Shepard is back. Aw, yeah. Start at level 5. 150,000 credits, 10,000 element 0, iridium, palladium, and platinum, 190 paragon, 25 renegade. Rapid fire grenade launcher, favored by Bloodpack Vorcha mercenaries, capable of taking down multiple enemies with a single, well-placed shot, effective against armor, shields, and biotic barriers. And credits.
We should be there shortly, Shepard. The elusive man put us under your command. Do you have any orders?
Are you sure you'll be comfortable following my orders?
We didn't bring you back from the dead just to second-guess you, Commander. If the elusive man says you're in charge, you're in charge.
Good to know.
What did you find at the other colonies?
Nothing. No signs of attack, no corpses, not even a trace of unusual genetic material to give us a clue. They just disappear, and we've got no target to go after.
What makes you think this investigation will turn up anything new?
At other colonies, official investigators got there first. Sometimes looters or salvage teams as well. We're hoping to be the first ones there this time. Maybe find clues before somebody else disturbs the scene.
Could be helpful.
Our first priority is to look for survivors.
That's unlikely, Commander. No one was left at the other colonies. They were completely deserted.
Be nice to find somebody. Anything's better than another ghost town.
There may not have been anyone at the other places, but just the same, first priority. Machine pistol, but I'm sticking with my heavy pistol. And speaking of pistols, one really nice thing about Miranda is that, yeah, her passive skill benefits the whole squad. I like that about her. Yeah, let's do that. Nothing new for Jacob. Hold off on Shepard temporarily, just kinda until I decide what I want to do. He does have incendiary ammo, right? So yeah, Miranda, machine pistol and heavy pistol. Jacob gets heavy pistol and shotgun. Unsettling place.
Looks like everyone just got up and left right in the middle of dinner.
Just random old school garbage can. There's something funny about that. And a fairly modern day water thing. Can I shoot that? I was wondering if I could knock it off the top, but apparently not. Definitely unsettling here.
Strange. No bodies, no structural damage, and no signs of battle.
Yeah, it is a very unsettling place here, really. There's just nothing here. At least there doesn't seem to be.
Hear that? Sounds like Fender specs.
Requesting assistance.
Incoming!
Engaged.
Perfect!
Requesting assistance. Critical system damage.
Someone reprogrammed them to attack on sight. We're not alone here.
Is that a positive sign or a negative sign? Tough to tell here. Well, that one was easy.
They've seen us.
Collision proximity warning.
Oh, snap.
Praza, you said you'd let me handle this.
Oh, snap.
Shepard?
I'm not taking any chances with Cerberus operatives.
Put those weapons down! Shepard? Is that... you're alive?
It's Tally. Good to see her again, isn't it? Played still by Ash Sroka, who was going by Liz Sroka at this point for the
Remember when I gave you that Geth
Credits.
data tally? Did it help you complete your pilgrimage?
Yes, it did. Praza, weapons down. This is definitely Commander Shepard.
Why is your old commander working for Cerberus?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask.
Praza there is played by Mark Meer. Mark Meer plays a lot of voices in this game.
Cerberus rebuilt me, but I'm not taking their orders. We can discuss the specifics once I know why you're here.
One of our people was here on pilgrimage. His name was Veetor. We came to find him.
Interesting place for a Quarian to go on pilgrimage.
Isn't that a little strange? A Quarian visiting a remote human colony?
Quarians can choose where they go on pilgrimage. Veetor liked the idea of helping a small settlement. He was always nervous in crowds.
She means that he was unstable. Combine that with damage to his CO2 scrubbers and an infection from an open-air exposure, and he's likely delirious.
When he saw us landing, he hid in a warehouse on the far side of town. We suspect he also programmed the mechs to attack anything that moved.
Okay. Alright, so there's a Quarian survivor.
Veetor's the only one who can tell us what happened here. We should work together to find him.
Good idea. You'll need 2 teams to get past the drones anyway.
Now we're working with Cerberus?
No, Praza, you're working for me. If you can't follow orders, go wait on the ship.
Ha.
Head for the warehouse through the center of the colony. We'll circle around the far side and draw off some of the drones to clear you a path.
My girl's grown up. Our girl's grown up.
Your people really don't like Cerberus. What did I miss?
They killed our people, infiltrated our flotilla, and tried to blow up one of our ships.
That's
Okay,
not
that's
how
bad.
I'd have explained it exactly. It was nothing personal.
We can argue over who killed who later. Right now, we've got a job to do.
Agreed. We work together to get to Veetor.
Okay, so can't really blame the Quarians for not liking Cerberus.
Make sure to keep in radio contact.
Will do. Good luck, Shepard. Whatever happens, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Be careful, Shepard. There's a squad of security drones up ahead.
Thanks for the warning. We'll take care of them.
Online. Excuse me.
Nice trees.
Impact imminent.
I like that so much more than the damn Frogger.
Use overload on them.
Shepard, Praza and his squad rushed on ahead. I told them to wait, but they wouldn't listen. They want to find Veetor and take him away before you get here.
We should have expected this.
Come on. We can still catch them.
I can't blame them for it. Cerberus is a human supremacist organization. It's fair for them to be worried about what Cerberus is going to do with the Quarian. So, yeah, I mean, I really, really can't blame them here.
He goes! One left!
Shepard. We're inside the loading docks. Veetor reprogrammed the heavy mech. It's tearing Praza's squad apart.
They did want to get to Veetor first.
Get your squad into cover and I'll open the loading bay doors.
Don't
We'll take
be
cover by
like
the
that,
doors.
Miranda.
Shepard, you take point.
Yeah, all this is still basically tutorial stuff.
Take point, Shepard. We'll cover the door. Grabbing cover!
Oof. Oh! Oh! Nasty!
That mech's got heavy armor plating. Those Quarians never stood a chance.
This is gonna be one tough son of a bitch to take down.
How much chance do we stand here?
Overload, you take out that shield.
Taking one of those heavy mechs out with a headshot causes a huge boom. Alright. For some reason I thought this mission had something had a hackable thing. Clearly I was wrong. Don't need to go there yet, but refined iridium.
I'll take it.
This is your chance to go find Veetor while I tend to the wounded, Shepard. He's probably somewhere in the back of the loading bay.
Sure your people are okay? Alright, so there actually wasn't anything... So we actually didn't get to experience the second hack game yet. Oh, I picked up the heavy ammo over here, right? Yeah, there's some heavy ammo in here. Yeah. So yeah, when an enemy has shields, the machine pistol tends to be better at that than the heavy pistol is. So yeah, this is a really short mission. Most of the missions in this game do tend to be on the short side.
Monsters coming back. Mechs will protect. Safe from swarms. Have to hide. No monsters. No swarms. No.
Veetor?
No Veetor. Not here. Swarms can't find. Monsters coming. Have to hide.
Veetor is voiced by John Olyat, who voiced quite a few characters in this game, actually.
Nobody's gonna hurt you anymore.
I don't think he can hear you, Commander.
And here's another new thing.
Have to hide. Maxwell.
Interrupt.
You're human. Where did you hide? How come they didn't find you?
Who didn't find us?
The monsters. The swarms. They took everyone.
Yeah, so at times in conversations, you'll get an option to do either a Paragon interrupt or a Renegade interrupt. The Renegade interrupt on this one, you shoot one of the screens.
We're not survivors, Veetor. We just got here.
You don't know. You didn't see. But I see everything.
Looks like security footage. He must have pieced it together manually.
What the hell is that?
Creepy.
My god. I think it's a collector.
Is that some kind of alien?
They're a species from somewhere beyond the Omega-4 relay. Only a few people have ever seen one in person.
They usually work through intermediaries, like slavers or hired mercenaries. If they're involved with the Reapers somehow, it could explain what happened to the colonies.
Ooh, just toss them.
The Collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
The Seeker swarms. No one can hide. The Seekers find you, freeze you.
One of them
and
looked like he was on
monsters
fire.
Take you away.
Why didn't the Collectors take you?
Swarms didn't find me. Monsters didn't know I was here.
The Collectors aren't known for being careless. Maybe his Enviro suit kept him from showing up on their sensors.
Or they were using technology specifically designed to detect humans. Only human colonies have been hit.
Tell me more about these swarms.
It's how they find you. Seeker clouds, machines like tiny insects. They go everywhere. They find you, then they sting you, freeze you.
Sounds like miniature probes, maybe. Find victims, then immobilize them with a stasis field or nerve toxin.
I want to know more about the Collectors.
Nobody knows much. They're so rare, a lot of people don't even believe they exist.
Clearly
More
they do.
importantly, why are they abducting human colonists? What are they after?
Maybe the Elusive Man can figure it out.
Maybe.
What happened next?
The monsters took the people onto the ship, and then they left. The ship flew away. But they'll be back for me. No one escapes.
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
We appreciate what you told us. You were very helpful.
I studied them. The monsters. The swarms. I recorded them with my Omni tool. Lots of readings. Electromagnetic. Dark energy.
We need to get this data to the Elusive Man. Grab the Quarian and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
No.
What? Veetor is injured. He needs treatment, not an interrogation.
We won't hurt him. We just need to see if he knows anything else. He'll be returned unharmed.
Your people tried to
Nope.
betray us once already. If we give him to you, we'll never get the intel we need.
Praza was an idiot, and he and his men paid for it. You're welcome to take Veetor's Omnitool data, but please, just let me take him.
You can probably guess what she'll say here, but
You don't have to take Veetor and go. We could work together, just like old times.
I want to, but I can't. I've got a mission of my own. It's too important for me to abandon, even for you. When it's over, and I'm still alive, we'll see what happens.
That sounds dangerous. What are you doing?
I don't think Cerberus needs to hear about it,
fair.
but it's in Geth space. That should tell you how important it is.
Ooh. That does sound very dangerous. And it is obvious that she wasn't going to be able to join us, but anyway. Obviously, Veetor goes with Tally. I'm not gonna... I don't trust... I've seen how Cerberus... I've seen how Cerberus operates. I'm not gonna trust them with Veetor, with Aquarian. And Tally's an old friend. Tally helped me save the damn galaxy. Of course I'm gonna side with her.
He's traumatized and he needs medical care. Tali will give us the Omni-Tool data and take him to the flotilla.
Understood, Commander.
Thank you, Shepard. I'm glad you're still the one giving the orders. Good
Hell
luck
yeah.
out there. If I find anything that can help you, I'll let you know.
Thanks, Tali.
We're ready for pickup.
Creepy. Creepy sons of guns, ain't they?
Shepard, good work on Freedom's progress.
Thank
The
you.
Quarians forwarded their findings from Veetor's debriefing. No new data, but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
You ever think about playing nice once in a while?
Diplomacy is great when it works, but difficult when everyone already perceives you as a threat. But more
Well, stop being a threat.
you confirm the Collectors are behind the abductions.
Why do I get the feeling you knew about them already?
I had my suspicions, but I needed proof. The Collectors are enigmatic at best. They periodically travel to the Terminus systems, looking to gather seemingly unimportant items or specimens, usually in exchange for their technology. When their transactions are complete, they disappear as quickly as they arrived, back beyond the unmapped Omega-4 relay. Until now, we've had no evidence of direct aggression by the Collectors.
All right.
Why is the Omega-4 relay unmapped? What do we know about it?
Only that no ship passing through it has ever returned. Our best guess is that the relay reacts differently to Collector vessels, allowing them safe passage. If they can manipulate relays, that's just further evidence of the connection with the Reapers.
Any ideas on why they've shifted their focus to humans?
If they're agents for the Reapers, it could be any number of reasons. Obviously, humanity played a huge role in Sovereign's destruction. That might have been enough to draw their attention. What really concerns me is why they bother abducting the colonists. Once the humans are paralyzed, why not just kill them?
Obviously, they have a use for the humans.
What are the Collectors getting from these deals?
The Collectors aren't very forthcoming about their motives. Generally, they seek out species with rare genetic mutations or abnormalities. They pay slavers and merc groups exorbitant sums to obtain these specimens, and then they leave. But they've never targeted a single species before, and the previous sample sizes were in the dozens, not the tens of thousands.
You're holding something back. How do you know the Reapers are involved?
The patterns are there, buried in the data. The Council and the Alliance want to believe the Reaper threat died with Sovereign. You and I know better. I won't wait until the Reapers are on the march. We need to take the fight to them.
Not wrong.
If this is a war, I'll need an army, or a really good team.
I've already compiled a list of soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossiers on the best of them. Finding them and convincing them to work with you could be challenging, but you're a natural leader. I'll continue to track the Collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team. Be ready.
Keep your list. I want people I trust. The ones who helped me stop Saren and the Geth.
That was 2 years ago, Commander. Most of them have moved on, or their allegiances have changed.
Where's Caden Alenko?
He's still with the Alliance. Promoted, I believe. His file is surprisingly well classified.
Curious. So what's Kaden working on that his file's being classified?
Where's Liara Tassoni?
She's on Ilium. My sources say that she's working for the Shadow Broker. If so, she can't be trusted.
Why the Shadow Broker? Curious.
Where's Garrus Vicarian?
The Turian disappeared a few months after you were declared dead. Even we haven't been able to locate him.
Well, that's probably not a good sign.
Where's Erdnot Rex?
He returned to Chichanka, and he hasn't gone off-world in over a year. He's trying to unite the Krogan clans.
What about Tali? She already helped us on Freedom's progress.
That
And
was
she declined me.
I need more intel before I'll commit to that.
I mean, she already declined to join. For now.
Okay, I get it. They're not available.
You're a leader, Shepard. You'll get who you need.
I'm still a Spectre. Maybe I can get the Council to help us out.
If you think you can convince them, by all means. Just remember, you've been gone a long time. Things have changed.
Don't worry about the collectors. I'll make sure my team's ready.
Good. 2 things before you go. First, head to Omega and find Morden Solus. He's a brilliant Solarian scientist. Our intelligence suggests he may know how to counteract the Collector's paralyzing Seeker swarms.
Sounds good. And what else?
I found a pilot I think you might like. I hear he's one of the best. Someone you can trust.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Commander. Just like old times, huh?
I can't believe it's you, Joker.
Look who's talking. I saw you get spaced.
Got lucky, with a lot of strings attached.
Joker!
It all fell apart without you, Commander. Everything you stirred up, the Council just wanted it gone. The team was broken up, record sealed, and I was grounded. The Alliance took away the one thing that mattered to me. Hell yeah, I joined Cerberus.
You really trust the elusive man?
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do.
Good philosophy.
But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this. They only told me last night.
Yeah. Nice music. Hell of a reveal.
It's good to be home, huh, Commander?
I guess we'll have to give her a name.
Yeah. There we go. And the triumphant music. Collectors confirmed as source of attacks on Freedom's progress. Quarian survivor Veetor returned with Talizora to the Micron fleet. Will examine his Omnitool data for anything useful. Yes. Upgrade. You must recruit a head scientist to build this upgrade. Heavy weapon upgrade. Plus 15% heavy weapon ammo capacity. The power cell technology used by heavy weapons is fairly old, but can be improved by rebuilding the core with more modern components. These improvements allow standard power cells to yield more shots per power cell and allow more total shots to be fired. The music. This game has great music. Or this series. This trilogy has great music.
Welcome aboard the New Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
Yeah, there's a lot of music gets recycled throughout the trilogy. Well, not really recycled. There are themes that serve a specific purpose. So, certain bits of music come up a fair bit.
And without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to start.
Who are you?
I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence. The crew like to refer to me as Edie.
Artificial intelligence. Voiced by Trisha Helfer.
Helmsmen aren't happy when someone takes control of a ship away from them. Especially Joker.
I do not helm the ship. Mr. Moreau's talents will not go to waste. During combat, I operate the electronic warfare and cyber warfare suites. Beyond that, I
Nice
cannot
angle.
interface with the ship's systems.
All right.
I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
Good to know, I guess.
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map and the CIC and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any questions.
Galaxy map. Private terminal. Armory. Elevator. Captain's quarters. Tech lab, which we can't get to yet. And is this a good time to do a couple codex entries, I wonder? You know what, this probably is a good time for at least one codex entry.
Freedom's Progress colony was once a typical Alliance settlement, but following complete communications blackout and its apparent destruction, is now a lightning rod for anxiety and dread in the galactic human community. The communications blackout followed an upgrade of the colony's small military force, supplemented by mechs and security drones, with high-powered, tower-mounted Guardian lasers. Colonists complained about construction cost overruns, delays, noise, and damage to the local environment. They also feared the defense array could be seen as provocative to their world's neighbors. Such fears may not have been baseless. Authorities have still offered no explanation for the communications blackout, fueling rumors of plagues, natural disasters, or a cult-inspired mass suicide. Located in strategically insignificant space, Freedom's Progress colony had once offered residents spectacular rainbows, lush marshlands, and stunning mountain ranges. Its potential as an agricultural settlement and tourism wonderland rivaled that of any Alliance colony.
Makes it even more of a shame what happened then.
With elaborate secrecy, the Systems Alliance space vehicle With elaborate secrecy, Cerberus labored for years to build a new, superior Normandy. The vehicle's many alterations produced a craft nearly double the original size, requiring an even larger Tantalus drive core to compensate. The new Normandy features greater space in living quarters, research laboratory, observation deck, and cargo bay. Its shuttle can make landings the Normandy cannot attempt. In addition to tight beam communicators, Normandy's Quantum Entanglement Communicator, QEC, provides instantaneous contact with the elusive man. The Enhanced Defense Intelligence AI coordinates many of the ship's combat functions, assisting and even supplanting human piloting. Potential upgrades are numerous. The airframe could support additional armor and an axial mass accelerator. The thrusters could support recent advances in fuel technology beyond H2O2 chemical rockets. And the hull can mount double the standard number of kinetic barrier projectors, leaving space for stronger shields, easily sustainable via the new ESO drive core.
Hint, hint right there.
Living beyond the Omega-4 mass relay in the Terminus systems, the mysterious Collectors species is glimpsed so rarely as to be taken for a myth by most in galactic society. In reality, Collectors are human-sized insectoid bipeds and can resemble massive winged beetles. They are a terrifying force in the galaxy, responsible for the murder of hundreds of thousands. Collectors generate permanent stasis fields around themselves, creating nightmarish red-shifted energy fields. In battle, they hold position whenever possible, relying on their aggressive biotics and nearly limitless power. several types of bipedal collectors have been identified, including minions, defenders, zealots, assassins, and artillery operators. Acting together, collectors have imprisoned entire cities in stasis. While no definite forensic accounting exists to explain the fate of those imprisoned, leading speculation is that victims are harvested for scientific experimentation and neurobiological repurposing.
Yep, they're creepy.
The Geth are a humanoid.
There we go.
A myth common to several cultures in the galaxy. Reapers were imagined to be space monsters who consumed entire stars. Archaeologists and mythologists attempting to uncover sources for such myths have yielded little, except interstellar religious themes of all-consuming devils common to primitive cultures.
Again, reminder that the Codex is an in-universe thing. Pretty sure there's nothing new in any of these. No.
The Citadel is an...
Got through those. Gone through all of these. I think I actually did read that. So went through all of these. All done. This is a new one, actually. The undersides of the wards, between the inhabited superstructures and impenetrable outer hull, are called the Foundations. These dangerous areas are filled with life support systems and power plants. Officially, only the Keepers are allowed in the Foundations. In reality, the Foundations are the slums of the Citadel, home to criminals, minorities, transients, and occasional stateless exiles. Some stay in the Foundations at their own will. Others end up there when the opportunities they sought at the Citadel do not come. The station's recycling systems are located in the Foundations. These manufacture a variety of artificial organic pastes that can be eaten for sustenance. They are free and nutritious, but nearly tasteless and of unpleasant texture. Poorer Citadel residents quickly become adept at dressing up this bland fare with sauces and spices, while imported foodstuffs are a popular luxury of the wealthy. Those done. All this has been read. 2183, Geth led by Rogue Spectre Saren Arterius attacked the Citadel, ensuing in a battle that cost thousands of lives. A few weeks later, the SSV Normandy is ambushed and destroyed. Commander Shepard is presumed dead, and it is 2185. Reminder that Shepard was born in 2154, making her 31 years old here. And it is 28 years. 28 years that humanity has been part of the galactic community. I think some of these might be new. The crucial choice for any attack through mass relays is how to divide the fleet for transit. The accuracy of a relay's mass projection depends on the mass being moved and how far it's going. Any long distance and/or high mass jump will see drift. That is, a ship may be hundreds or millions of kilometers from its intended drop point, in any direction from the relay. Distance can't be chosen by admirals, but a relay is told how much mass to transit. For example, if told to move 1 million metric tons of mass, the relay will scan the approach corridor, find 4 250,000-ton freighters, and transit them together, maintaining their relative position. A commander has the option of moving his fleet as one large, coherent formation that may be wildly off position, or breaking up into many smaller formations that will be individually closer to the intended attack point, but could be widely dispersed. Conservative assault doctrine holds that fleets should be moved en masse, maintaining concentration of force and reducing the chances of collision. The only time it is reasonable to split up a formation is during blockade run. Carriers, I think, is another one that was not detailed in the original. All races provide their fleets with organic fighter support. Cruisers fit a handful in the space between the interior pressure hulls and exterior armor. Dreadnoughts have a hangar deck within the hull. Humans, who had only recently graduated from surface to space combat, were the first to build ships wielding fighters as the main armament. In fleet combat, carriers stay clear of battle, launching fighters bearing disruptor torpedoes. Fighters are the primary striking power of the ship. If a carrier enters mass accelerator range of the enemy, things have gone very wrong. It is possible to recover and rearm fighters during combat, though most carriers seal the flight deck and try to stay out of the way. The flight deck is essentially a corridor through the armor and into the heart of the vessel. A single well-placed torpedo is enough to gut the carrier. Alliance carriers are named after great leaders, artists, and intellectuals from human history. This one, I believe, done. This one. This one. This one. This one. Modern infantry weapons are micro-scaled mass accelerators, using mass-reducing fields and magnetic force to propel miniature slugs to lethal speeds. Nearly every gun on the battlefield is laden with features, from targeting auto-assists to projectile shavers that can generate thousands of rounds of ammunition from a small internal block of metal. It was long thought that personal weapons had plateaued in performance, but the Geth proved all theories wrong. Mathematically reviewing their combat logs, the Geth found that in an age of kinetic barriers, most firefights were won by the side who could put the most rounds downrange the fastest, but combatants were forced to deliberately shoot slower to manage waste heat, or pause as their weapons vented. To eliminate this inefficiency, the Geth adopted detachable heat sinks known as thermal clips. While organic arms manufacturers were initially doubtful this would produce a net gain, a well-trained soldier can eject and swap thermal clips in under a second. Faced with superior enemy firepower, organic armies soon followed the Geth's lead, and today's battlefields are littered with these thermal clips. So there is the explanation. And finally, security mechs. The death of thousands of security and military personnel in the Battle of the Citadel was a loss felt throughout the galaxy. As large numbers of qualified personnel transferred to the Citadel to replace those that died, short-handed security companies filled out their numbers with large-scale use of unmanned security robots, commonly referred to as mechs. The security robots are typically grouped into light and heavy varieties. Light mechs come in a variety of sizes, but are easily distinguished by opposable digits that help them in their versatile security roles. Heavy mechs lack digits, but are simply weapons platforms intended to keep the peace in high-threat areas. The quadrupedal dog mech has a face composed of contraband detection sensors, and it too is armed in case a perpetrator resists arrest. A typical security mech has an extremely limited virtual intelligence. Its duty is straightforward and narrow, usually to guard an area, run a friend or foe program to halt unauthorized access, and fire a set of pre-recorded voice commands to warn troublemakers away from the area. Light security mechs are equipped with irritant sprays and electroshockers to force compliance, and heavy mechs may be outfitted with flashbang stunners for similar purposes. When facing an opponent armed with a firearm, any mech will immediately resort to lethal anti-personnel weapons to neutralize the threat. If the situation turns violent rapidly enough, it may not even use its warnings. Security mechs are frowned upon for actual military duty. Though tough enough to survive most firefights, their VI simply does not have the programming to plan an ambush, rescue a hostage, treat a wound, or any of countless other objectives that a soldier must be able to perform on the fly. Boom! Caught up. And here's all the Here's the main mission. Talk to the council. I will review each one before doing it.
Welcome aboard, Commander. I'm
Hey
Yeoman
there.
Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
Thank you. It is an honor for you. Kelly is voiced by Kara Pifko.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Ms. Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
The smile.
Anything else?
Her smile.
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Joker would like to speak to you on the bridge. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
Very good idea to have her
You
on
make
board.
sure the crew's mental health is sound.
Yes, I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
Not sure if that's true, if that's the most effective way of doing it, but...
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
But not always good
Cerberus
methods.
wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
Isn't it, though? Cerberus strikes me as a human supremacist organization.
That's a very positive attitude.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
So I'm going to flirt, but there's a reason I'm going to be flirting. And it's actually nothing to do with action. So I should mention. I'll actually mention this now. Minor spoiler. There are three primary love interests for male and female Shepard. So both male Shepard has 3 primary love interests, female Shepard has 3 primary love interests. Kelly is available for both. She doesn't actually count as a full love interest, I guess because she's not a squad mate. One other thing I'll mention while I'm talking about love interests, there are no bisexual love interests in this game. Female Shepard has male love interests, male Shepard has female love interests. And that's that. There were apparently plans for at least some of the love interests to be available for both male and female Shepards. But BioWare actually backed out of that because of the controversy over the sex scene in the first game. They were worried about getting more backlash from, the family values crowd. which was bullshit, but...
That might do more than catch you, Kelly.
Now that's an enticing thought. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Yeah, so, each character comes with... And yeah, you can see how many squad mates are available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 squad mates. So, each squad mate has originally had 2 costumes, 2 uniforms. Their default and one that unlocked later in the game. BioWare did release costume pack DLCs that gave most of the characters second additional costumes. Jacob never got an additional uniform. Miranda did, and like, I'm mixed on it. The armor makes more sense from like a gameplay standpoint, you know, like she actually looks ready for a fight here. But I hate the visor. What's frustrating is all of the, I think it's all of the DLC outfits gave characters visors. And the visors look bad. Anyway. Unread messages. From Counselor Anderson. On the off chance that the rumors are true, and you actually are alive, I need you to come and talk to me on the Citadel. A lot has changed in the last 2 years. You put me on the council, and it's only fair that you be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. Deal struck with Zaid Masani. Shepard, we've reached an agreement with veteran mercenary Zaid Masani. You may know the name. Zaid has been involved in some of the best known and some utterly unknown military operations in the Terminus systems, and is feared as a ruthless and relentless bounty hunter. I felt you might need a man with his skills in your mission, so I arranged to have him join you. You will find him on Omega, where he's wrapping up his current bounty. Don't worry about his fee. I've taken care of that personally. Project Firewalker lost contact with survey ship. Commander, the MSV Rosalie, a survey ship with Cerberus connections, has gone missing. The survey team was field testing a new prototype, the Hammerhead Planetside Exploration Rover. In addition, scientists Dr. Manuel Case and Dr. Robert O'Loy are aboard the MSV Rosalie and conducting research for us. We need you to find the ship, her survey team, and the doctors. The MSV Rosalie was last seen near planet Zeona. Elista is Mar Frontier. Recon Hood, Shepard. It occurred to our armor technicians that you may not want to show your face everywhere you go. They sent by a hood that Cerberus issues to its covert operatives. It has additional microfilm functions that you may like. The hood is in your quarters. Shepard. We recently had an incident involving the Geth at one of our outposts in Skillian Verge. Don't worry, I'm not sending you off to chase anything down. Our operatives waged a highly successful battle against a Geth scouting party and credited their success to a new advanced electrical attack device that we finally let them take out of the lab. Since their unit is being reassigned for some rest and relaxation, I thought you should take custody of the weapon in the meantime. The weapon is called an art projector. I sent it to the Normandy's armory so you can examine it for yourself and use it if you deem it worthy. It's gone through plenty of tests that indicate it overloads kinetic barriers and synthetic enemies particularly well. The laboratory demonstrations are a poor substitute for actual field reports. We know it worked. Now we want to see what it can do in the right hands. If all goes well, we'll use your tactics to train other operatives. Rendezvous with Kasumi Goto. Shepard. At great cost and effort, we have tracked down the master thief Kasumi Goto and convinced her to work with you. Very few people have ever heard of her, and fewer can claim to have seen her in person. She is unequaled at stealth and infiltration, and her skills will prove invaluable in your mission. Travel to the Sakara ward on the Citadel. There you will find a special ad terminal that differs from the usual. Input the password, Silence is Golden, to begin the rendezvous. So pretty much all of this is DLC. The email about the Rosalie, Zaid, Kasumi, the Recon Hood, the Arc Reactor, all DLC. From Stanwyck Dodds, banking agent. Hello, Commander Shepard. Thank you for submitting your updated medical documentation. Your status has been changed from deceased to alive. After deducting modest administration fees for closing the file, the subsequent change in status, and the reactivation of your account, you have a remaining balance of 100,000 credits. Thank you for banking with Ascension Financial Services. We look forward to working with you. Are you protecting your greatest assets? We will find the best life insurance rates and coverage to fit your needs. Reply for a free quote today. That's not DLC. That's I didn't even remember that email. Project Firewalker, yeah, DLC. Speaking of DLC, I downloaded, I think, two mods that I downloaded. One of them
for the bad guys.
Oh right, if you just stand around, he'll start talking.
You know what pisses me off? Calling this the cockpit. Alliance ships have bridges. Asari have cockpits. Oh wait, no they don't.
In case the view gets
I was
makes you
thinking of
nauseous.
installing some lava lamps, maybe Christmas lights for ambience. What do you think?
Actually, I'm going to close that. Just in case there's anyone watching who would get
It takes skill to make a ship bank in a vacuum. Don't think it doesn't.
Good to know, Joker. Just in case the blue lights would have bothered anybody. All right.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove. And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
Yeah, he's not thrilled about Edie.
That's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us.
Me and Joe?
I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you are such a downer.
Am I wrong?
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
I really want a chance to put the Normandy through her paces. I just have to trim up the drive output and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
I'm no fan either, but we're stuck with it.
Until I find a soldering gun. There's gotta be some wires I can cross to make it hurt.
No sabotage. Understood?
Yeah, don't break the boss's toys.
Good point.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last, I would never say anything against Miranda and expect to survive the reprisal. Jacob is way too nice a guy for the number of ways he knows how to kill people. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Ever think about the old Normandy and the trouble we got up to?
Yeah, those seem like the good old days now, but come on, it was hell at the time. Geth, Saren, Sovereign, and then we got dumped. We're stuck in a weird place, sure, but back then it wasn't all sunshine and bunnies.
What happened to the rest of the old crew? I heard most survived.
Almost did. Presley didn't. The rest of us just sort of drifted apart. The Alliance didn't care. I don't think they liked all the non-humans in your crew. We were your team, Commander. With the Normandy destroyed and you gone, there wasn't much keeping us together.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Anyway, what I was saying before, I downloaded 2 mods. One is very much a quality of life thing, which I will talk about later when it becomes relevant. The other mod is sort of a narrative, for narrative purposes. It delays the activation of certain missions that were originally DLC. Because some of them just activated at weird times that didn't really fit the narrative. Anyway, let's talk to Edie.
Shepard. I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man.
Yeah.
I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Well, thanks for telling us about the monitoring devices.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances, or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
Sounds incredibly useful.
An organic This is a role.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more
Do you have
about
a specific inquiry?
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
All right.
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
I love the delivery of that. The airlock is ajar.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
Stupid question, but you don't get a stupid answer.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
All right.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the Elusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
Good. Operational security.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Figures.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
And
that's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
All right, over to the. Oh, whoops. That's right. There are more codex entries. I'll get them all. So, over here is the tech lab, which we can't get to yet. Presley! I miss Presley! The armory, which allows you to manage everybody. Not that I have any guns right now.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the armory, where small arms are maintained and upgraded. Using Omni-Tool, computer-aided design, and manufacturing, we have the capability to manufacture several new models.
No, actually, yeah, while I'm here. M4 Shuriken Machine Pistol. A common but effective submachine gun. Fires 3 round bursts and can be pulsed for a higher rate of fire at the expense of accuracy. Very effective against shields and biotic barriers. As kinetic barriers have grown in popularity, so has the popularity of submachine guns. Manufactured by the Outcast Combine, the Shuriken Machine Pistol has a reputation for being deadly and easy to use, but is weak against armor. M3 Predator Heavy Pistol. Reliable, accurate sidearm. Effective against armor, weak against shields and biotic barriers. Manufactured by Atlantis Risk Control, the Predator is valued as a powerful, deadly, and relatively inexpensive weapon. While it is not generally deployed in the military, where kinetic barriers are common, it's still very popular in the Terminus systems, where these defenses are less common. The Arc Projector ionizes targets with a non-visible laser to ready them for a high-voltage electrical attack. As the lightning-like bolt hits its first target, a sophisticated auto-targeting system paints succeeding targets with the ionization laser, allowing the electricity to take the path of least resistance and arc between them. An entire strike team can be shot to death with a few pulls of the trigger. And Katana Shotgun, common military shotgun, deadly at short range but ineffective at long range, very effective against shields and biotic barriers but weak against armor. Manufactured by Ariake Technologies, the katana is a common mercenary weapon and is also popular on colonies with Baron infestations.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
Yes, it is.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
Good to hear.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything. Commander, can I help you with something?
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices.
I like that.
The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, that story is in the mobile, I think it's a mobile game, Mass Effect Galaxy, I believe it was called. Yeah, there was a game that was specifically about Jacob and Miranda. It's sort of like an old school, sort of top-down top-down shooter. So, very old school style. I've never played it myself. Never watched a Let's Play. I should honestly watch, see if I can find a Let's Play of that one, actually. I don't know if it was any good. I don't know if it was actually a good game. I didn't hear anything good about it, but there's a few things in it that get referenced in Mass Effect 2, so I actually should track down a Let's Play of it. Anyway.
How we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
How we doing, Jacob?
Anything else, Commander?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Again, can't get to the tech lab here, but I can get here.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the Elusive Man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
I've never heard of a quantum entanglement communicator. How does it work?
Essentially, two subatomic particles are created in an entangled state. One is installed here, and the other in the Elusive Man's office. When one particle occupies a given quantum state, its entangled partner will always enter the opposite state, no matter the distance between them. If we alter the state of our particle, that alters the state of the Elusive Man's. This allows us to send data in the form of quantum bits.
It's actually not quite how that works. It's a real thing. Quantum entanglement, that is a real thing. My understanding, I'm no scientist. My understanding is that Edie's explanation here isn't quite how it works.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one link to each world.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Not done exploring the ship just yet. I got a couple more decks to go.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Alright, I'll check it in a bit.
Oh, she's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Well, my family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
I like just being able to hear random conversations. Women's restroom. This will never actually be used for anything at any point. But it's here. These showers are weird. Like, I don't know, the two women who'd be standing in these two positions, they'd have to be real good friends to for that. They'd just be bumping into each other every movement. Starboard expert.
Starboard observation deck is closed until needed. Access to life support is restricted. The port observation deck is closed until needed. Shepard, the women's restroom is on the starboard side of the ship.
Yeah. Same thing there. Might be a little bit uncomfortable sitting there.
Chef surprise again? Come on, Rupert.
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
That'd be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
He's got a nice sarcasm to him. Dr. Chakwas!
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
And once again, Dr. Chakwas, voiced by Carolyn Seymour.
I'm shocked. You're serving on a Cerberus vessel now?
Surprising, even to me. Yet, here I am. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Do you have everything you need?
Welcome back.
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
She's a bit of a, apparently a little bit of an adrenaline junkie there, as our Dr. Chuck was. She needs excitement in her life. Glad to hear.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
It means a lot.
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together.
Well, I didn't survive
I've
it.
lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
Access to the AI core is restricted.
Real nice to have her around. Down here is main battery.
A gunnery officer is required to access the gunnery control station.
And why do I not have a gunnery officer?
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. Mass Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
Do you have everything you need?
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
So, Mess Sergeant Gardner. His voice may sound just a little weirdly familiar to you. Mess Sergeant Gardner is voiced by Bill Ratner. You may remember that I mentioned Bill Ratner in the first game as the voice of Counselor or not counselor, but of Ambassador Udina. Yeah, so talking about those namby-pambies on the Citadel, that's Udina.
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical, I make sure they're all clean and running.
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals?
I wash my hands. Most of the time. This ain't no luxury liner. You have to pull your own weight in a Cerberus vessel, and I catch what falls through the cracks. Through the cracks.
Poop jokes! Poop jokes from the voice of Ambassador Udina. Oh, that's so good. I love Gardner's dialogue, and his dialogue becomes so much better when every time you remember that he's voiced by the same guy who does Ambassador Udina.
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the job done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried so deep up their butt puckers they can't see squat. It'll take good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
How did you find your way into Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man, working the EZO rigs along the frontier? I was happy enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook. I needed to make a difference. I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keeps an eye out for talent. I'll do whatever it takes to help, be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
I like
I won't
Gardner.
take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Gardner is great. Alright, Miranda.
What can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific, but we're all working towards the same goal. The teams you encountered before your accident were mostly part of our military division. But not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
Military division, huh? I killed them pretty handily, so they weren't very good military.
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded, and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
I don't know.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
What about me? I'm a better advocate. Because I have morals.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human.
Nice.
My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
It sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
May as well mention here, the Legendary Edition toned down the butt shots a lot. The original version of the game had a lot of shots of Miranda's butt. Can't blame them. It's a nice ass. But yeah, they were really, really proud of the work they did on Miranda's ass. So the camera they just love pointing the camera right at it.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
Actually, while I'm here...
Commander, what can I do for you?
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
What exactly are your duties, aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the elusive man's agent. You're his most important asset. My job is to make sure you succeed. Aside from that, I send regular reports to the elusive man, updating our status.
Plus, as executive officer, I imagine that she is probably pretty involved in just
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
The running of the ship. I would assume, anyway. So yeah, genetically modified.
Access to this room is currently restricted.
We don't have Adams. Instead, we've got Daniels and Donnelly.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Donnelly is voiced by John Ulyat. I already mentioned him as having voiced Veetor. Gabby is voiced by Dana Fineglass Furman, credited as Dana Fineglass, who also does the voice of Avina.
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there is an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
Yeah, you'll notice Shepard's scars. So, the scarring is affected by your morality. the higher your Paragon score, yeah, the higher your Paragon score, the more the scars will heal up. If you're going through a Renegade run, the scars will get way worse. Until your face is just this big, glowing red, like just full of glowing red lines.
Where'd you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson
Perugia.
lost political clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of
Donnelly.
greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect
Jerks.
for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seem to be doing that.
How dare they talk smack about me after I'm dead like that?
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
Alright.
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. They'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
Can't blame her. And yeah, these two have a fun has some fun banter together.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the Collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
Very nice phrasing.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander. I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you she would.
Yeah, this doesn't look like the drive core from the original Normandy. There's Edie.
What's this area of the ship?
This is main engineering, which contains the ship's main fusion plant and Mass Effect core.
And nothing much down here right now. Just a lot of noise.
Access to this room is currently restricted.
So all of the red doors that we encountered, if you counted them, then you probably came to a, if you counted the number of red doors and counted the number of crew slots, yeah. So, 1, 2, cruise quarters. There were the 2 observation decks, life support, and the AI core of the main battery. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think so, right? Yeah, so there's 2 red doors on the engineering deck. 5 locked doors on the crew quarters, as I recall. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 here, and 1 locked door on this one. So that's 8 slots, and we get 10 more squad mates. I'll let you wonder where the last 2 squad mates go. Well, okay. There was a big empty space below the engineering deck. So, yeah, there's someone who goes there. So, yeah, as we get crew, those various empty doors will be openable.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the commanding officer's quarters.
It's larger than the quarters of other warships I've served on.
This is a Cerberus vessel, not an Alliance warship. Accommodations have been made for personal taste. That said, this space is directly under the exterior pressure hull. The fitting yard workers called it the loft.
Nice view. Yeah, this is where you can change your armor, music, fish tank. You can collect medals, or you can collect models, I mean. And like I've got a nice photo of Liara. And you can manage your team here as well. Change their looks. And that's that. So this feels like a very good time to end this episode. So yeah, Shepard's just gonna take a nice sleep here. Have a nice sleep. And when we continue, we'll hit Omega. But for now, thanks for watching and have a great day.